hello, a navigator here, and that always rings to me every night I go to bed. Hello, navigator here, because if you've got a good navigator, you've got 90% of getting back.
A hero pilot of the Second World War pays tribute to his navigator. Ronald Cooper was guest of honour at RAF Cosford on Wednesday to be reunited with the Wellington Bomber, a plane he flew in 39 missions during the 1940s. Mr Cooper, or Flying Officer Ron Cooper as he's known, flew in the Middle East, Italy and Germany during the war.
When we saw planes go down, it was something that we didn't realise who it was. And when you got back to base, you think either they were on holiday or leave or what. So it was sad until we realised that they'd been shot down. But my contribution to my safety must go to the navigator. A navigator should be the captain of the aircraft, because in the American Air Force the navigator is the captain, and we had a captain par excellence. And Ronald Fitzherbert, who died 3 years ago at the age of 95, was one that I shall never forget.
The Open Day has been organised to showcase work done to restore the aircraft for display over the next few years. And this sneak preview brought back some poignant memories for Ron.
Now it's like walking down the main street in London with no clothes on. Every searchlight gets you in the cone, and they sort of get the fighters to come in and shoot you down. So if there was searchlights and no ack-ack, then there were fighters that were trying to get you. But you put the nose down and you travelled about 230 in a Wellington. The fabric nearly came off, and you travelled 15 miles and you got away from the searchlights or the cone.
Work on the Wellington Bomber and many more besides is being carried out by the Michael Beaton Restoration Centre. Darren Friday is one of those who's been leading the 5-year-long project.
We love our job here, we love restoring airplanes, but there's always that special element when we meet people like Ronald, and it's a tribute to all the brave people involved in flying the Wellingtons in the war. The work that we do here is very, very important, keeping these aircraft fit for people to see now, but also hopefully in 100 years' time to still be able to see Wellingtons, Hampdens on display. And to that, what we've done, we've got a very effective apprenticeship scheme going here. I think we've got 7 apprentices at the moment. Some are doing aircraft metalwork, some are doing metal fabrication, some are doing aircraft wood carpentry. So what we're trying to do with the apprenticeship is keep a younger generation skills out there, so when people like myself retire, these young boys and girls are out there that can come in and take over my position.
For these visitors, it was a chance to take a unique look at a truly memorable aircraft, both inside and out.
Seeing is believing. It really is incredible. The technology, even then, of using light materials to form this, this body into a very sound, workable object, and it was remarkable, really, how this was achieved.
It's a good thing, because people are never going to know. I mean, I've been to a few museums, and if people didn't do things like this, then the future, children and whatever would never understand what was achieved, really. I know they've got all the modern stuff now, but to see what they did and how they worked on it, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, really good.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. It gives an insight into the equipment that Royal Air Force personnel had to use and work with at that time. Just as in the First World War, I suppose the string bags were what we might consider dangerous by today's standards. Yeah.
After this week's display, the aircraft will be covered and worked on for the next 4 years. But for Ron, those memories of the Wellington Bomber in action will stay with him forever.